right, what's going on, everybody? Robbie here, and welcome back to the Project Platinum Masterclass, week number 4. And I'm excited to be here with you guys today. Let me know in the chat if you guys are excited as well, because we have some awesome stuff to cover today when it comes to not only Facebook, but also YouTube a little bit later on today as well. And you guys are so spoiled. I was just thinking about that before we hopped on, today, hopping on live here. I'm like, wow, you guys like get so much information, so much stuff inside of Project Platinum. I'm like, whew, crazy. I wish there was this much information when I was first starting out. When I first started as an affiliate, there was no course. There was no, thing for me to learn, right? I had to kind of figure out on my own. And so the fact that you guys have access to all this stuff is awesome. And so I'm really happy for you guys. And it's so important you make sure you utilize the information I give you and we give you here inside of Project Platinum so that you can have success overall and just crush it, because that's what we want you to do. We want you to just crush it and have an awesome experience in Project Platinum. And you can, right? Because there's no reason why you can't, because everything you're learning, guys, over these weeks is going to help you have success if you take action, if you put in the work every single day. Okay. So welcome to week number 4. Excited to be here with you guys as always. And I think I already asked if you guys are excited in the chat, but if I didn't, just let me know in the chat again if you're excited. And yeah, okay, there we go. People are saying they're pumped and ready to go. Awesome. And one of the things I'm really excited about too, guys, as well, speaking of excited, is the fact that there's still a lot of people on these workshops, which is awesome because, sometimes when you first start a master class or a program, that week 1 is always like, everybody's there, right? Then week 2, a lot of people are there. Then week 3, not as many people, right? You guys have been here like rock stars every single week so far. And I want to really encourage you guys to continue that momentum going forward, because it's so important, right? To just keep that going, because this is a 6-week masterclass. This is not a 2-week masterclass. It's not a 4-week masterclass. It's a 6-week masterclass. And you guys are already over the hump here. So you just got to stick with it and keep rocking and rolling. So really excited to be here with you guys as always. And I'm not alone here, because I also want to introduce real quick my special coach here for the Facebook section, and that is Coach Stephanie. Coach Stephanie, you there?
I sure am. Hello. I'm so excited to be here again for week 4. This is actually one of my favorite weeks, this week of creating our Facebook ad. So yeah, I'm here and really excited to see how many people are still with us and, excited, and the momentum, keeping the momentum. So really, really excited to get going today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a action-packed day for sure. And I love this. I love this week as well, because, going over how to get your Facebook ad created and actually coming up with a copy and learning about Spy Hero. This is where things start to get really kind of fun. And so I'm excited to get things going. So what we covered, guys, we covered a lot of ground over the past few weeks, right? This is week number 4. So some of the things we covered in week number 1, you guys remember that we talked about, how to get the right mindset, where, that thing between your ears is so important and so, and so valuable, and it can really steer you in the direction of success or in the direction of failure, depending on where your mindset is, right? So hopefully by now, guys, you have that right mindset. You can see the successes there, and you just got to go and grab it, right? And so we covered that. Also in week number 2, we talked about how to set up your Facebook Business Manager, talked about ad account setup, warming up, all that good stuff. Week number 3, we talked about setting up your landing pages, your domains. We tried to get set up with the domains, which was kind of an experience, but it was a lot of fun. And then also we talked about the affiliate links, right? How to grab your affiliate links for the products. Okay. Now, today we're going to talk about creating your first Facebook ad, and we're going to talk about the ad copy and the creative, because that's such an important part. Okay. So in week number 4, what we're going to be going over, this is the game plan for today for the Facebook half. And remember, guys, as I mentioned on previous weeks, there's 2 parts to the masterclass each week. The first half is always Facebook. Second half is YouTube, all right, with Coach Mariah. So what we're going to cover this week, guys, we're going to talk about why ad copy is super duper important, right? We're going to talk about compliant ad copy as well, because, it's important to stay as compliant as possible on Facebook so that there's no issues with your accounts. And a lot of times, if there is an issue with the account, it's probably because something you did with your ad copy, all right? We're going to be going over the ad copy AI tool, which is inside of Project Platinum in the software, which is amazing. We're talking about creatives, how to be curiosity-based. We're going to talk about AI tools again. We're going to give you a little demo in Spy Hero, which you guys get access to as well by being part of Project Platinum. You get 30 days access. We'll give you some homework, and then we'll answer some questions. So it should be awesome. So Coach Stephanie, let's dive into it.
All right, great. Well, I am really excited, just like Robbie said. I mean, this is where the fun really happens, right? I mean, we have to, of course, do all that setup and make sure that our foundation is set up correctly. But today we are going to go into creating our ads, right? And so let's talk about ad copy first. And why is ad copy important, right? So Facebook ad copy, this is the copy, this is the verbiage, right? That's going to go into your ad in Facebook. Okay. So this is completely different than your landing page, right? So copy is important for, copy is really important, but the first reason is it allows you to persuade, right? So it allows us to persuade. The second reason that it's really important is that it also allows us to influence, right? And so we want to make sure that we're able to persuade. We want to create engagement and emotion. We're able to influence as well. And then, of course, copywriting is salesmanship in print, okay? It is vital for sales, right? It's so extremely important in our ads, okay? And so I can't stress this enough. I think Robbie would agree. Your copy in your, in your ad in Facebook is really what gets people to click over, right? To learn more on your landing page. Okay. So if your copy is, if your copy isn't good, then, and you're not able to persuade or influence or even really create that emotion and engagement and curiosity as well, you're not going to get, very high click-through rates. And we'll go through those data analytics later on. And the things that we talk about are those key performance indicators. But that's one of the reasons that, copy is so important. Okay. And copywriting on Facebook is very unique. Okay. There is, there are certain rules and we must follow those rules to be able to advertise on Facebook. Okay. And so Facebook is an amazing platform to sell on, right? To be an affiliate marketer on. However, we want to make sure that we are very compliant. Okay. And so what we can't do on Facebook, okay, these are a few things that we're just, I'm pointing out because these are, I think, what I see, especially like, of course, hopefully you guys are joining the inner circle and we've talked about that a little bit. But in the inner circle, you can also submit your creatives, right? And your copy and your landing pages and your images or videos. And one of the things I see a lot is where, people are referencing or alluding to personal attributes, right? Or characteristics of their audience. Okay. We don't want to do that. We don't want to have the users on Facebook feel targeted. Facebook is all about a unique user experience. Okay. And so that's number one. Number two, we want to try to not use the word you or your or other to reference, again, personal characteristics. Okay. Now I've put a link here. Again, this is important. If you're advertising on Facebook, just like when later on today, Mariah, I'm not sure exactly what's being covered in the YouTube masterclass today, but just remember, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook, know the policies and procedures of the advertising of that platform. Okay, so I put that there. It's always important to read that as well. Now, with that being said, one of the really cool tools we know that we have in the Platinum toolkit, okay, is the Platinum Ad Compliance Copy Tool. Now, this is amazing because you literally can put in your copy, check for compliance, and it's going to tell you, okay? And so this is just an example, right, that I put in there earlier. And this, into the compliance tool. And so this tells you right here what's not compliant, right? It's telling me that I shouldn't use the word weight or diet if at all possible. And if you avoid using things like this that could interpret, that ClickBank that Facebook could interpret as clickbait. Okay. And we want to make sure that we stay away from those things. And then we want to make sure we have a call to action, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes, some of the tips for writing copy or, when you're looking at the copy. Okay. And so this compliance copy tool, which I'll show you where that's located if you're not familiar. Okay. And it is in the Facebook area. You can see this, correct, Robbie?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So in the Facebook tools, right? I'm in my tools here. If I go to Facebook down here, you're going to see that ad compliance tool right here. you can put in your headline and you can put in your copy. And again, you will be able to check compliance. Okay. So again, utilize that. It is amazing. And then you can make some changes or tweaks, right? Minor tweaks to the copy. Okay. And so we want to make sure that our copy is compliant. Okay. Now remember that when we're targeting on Facebook, we don't want to target our audience, right? We don't want to target in our copy, because we can target in our targeting as we're creating our audiences in Facebook in our ads. Okay. And that is, so next week, when we really go into creating our first conversion campaign, you're going to learn how, and, in the modules, we went through how we create when we create our ads in Facebook, we select our targeting, our audience, right? And we can select an age, we can select a gender, we can select interest, right? So we don't need to say that in our copy or have that targeting so that, the users in Facebook feel like they are being targeted. Okay, that's really, really important. Okay, so what are some tips first to really have, winning copy? Okay. The first thing is you want to connect your sentences. Okay. Now, remember, there is amazing AI tools that generate copy as well for you, which I'm going to cover here in a second. But these are a few tips that, if you're writing your own, or once you create them in the AI system or in the AI tools in Project Platinum, okay, or in the Platinum tools, you will, you may want to make some tweaks, right? So these are a few of the main tips that are going to really help you with winning copy. Okay. So connecting the sentence, right? It seems like women all over the world struggle with the waistline. I know just how frustrating that can be. So what is this doing? It's relating this struggle or this problem, right, to the person. You're connecting to that, to your audience. Okay. That works really, really well, especially in weight loss. Okay. Now, again, these kind of tips can be for any niche. Okay. But it seems like batteries keep getting more and more expensive. I know just how frustrating that could be, right? If you're doing a DIY product, or maybe, a solar product or a battery product, again, you're relating to your audience. Okay. So connecting to your audience is really important. It seems like more and more people struggle with back pain. I know just how frustrating that can be. Now, maybe that's, maybe that could be dental pain or, foot fungus, right? All of the different niches and products that are in, that are in ClickBank that you can run. But just remember, tip number one is to connect to your audience. So connecting, being, relating to your audience. Okay. Number two, ad copy tip number two, right here, right now, we want to create urgency, right? We also want to make sure that we are, that when we are, for the copy, that it's here now, it's today, it's working, right? So I can't tell you how great I feel today compared to last month, right? What I'm doing today works better than what I did what I did before, okay? Or what I did over the past several months, right? So we want to make sure that it's right here, right now. We're current, we're creating urgency, okay? Tip number three, we want to pique curiosity. This is so important, okay? So in our Facebook ads, remember that as people are scrolling Facebook, as the users are scrolling Facebook, people are on Facebook for a social experience, right? They're not on Facebook necessarily to, go shopping. So we need to pique their curiosity, right? And so when they're scrolling Facebook, we want our copy to catch their attention, or our headline to catch their attention, right? And especially our creative. And so a headline that's something like 98% of women have never heard about this method, or why isn't anyone talking about the 60-second method? That's going to pique somebody's, a woman's or a person's, a person's curiosity when they're scrolling. And now they're going to want to know what is that method, right? Why don't I know about this method? Okay. So that's really important. That's tip number three, pique curiosity. Okay. Tip number four, have a call to action. This is extremely important in ad copy. Okay. This is not only important in your landing page, but it's important in your ad copy. Okay. surprisingly, people need to be told what to do. Okay. So even though there might be, that big blue button that says learn more, or that button on your ad, they still need to be told. Okay. It's really important. This is vital for sales. So have a call to action. Click below to learn more, right? Or learn how. Click learn more, or learn more by clicking here. Discover the ICE method, or discover, the method now, right? Click, discover the ICE method now, click below. Okay. So we want to make sure that our ad copy, as well as our landing page, has a call to action, and a strong call to action. That's also really important. Okay. Tip number 5, conversational copy and first person stories work best. Okay. This is right now in Facebook working really well. Okay. And I'll show you, we're going to dive here in a minute into, again, Spy Hero, and I'm going to show you a real ad and what that looks like, as in Facebook. But conversational copy is really important because, again, Facebook is a social platform. It is really important to make it sound just conversational. You don't want it to sound like a sales ad. You don't want it to, have complicated wording. You want it simple. Okay. One of the things Robbie really talks about as well, and we talk about in the training, is that you want to, when you're writing copy, or when even in the AI tools that will create this copy, it's really 4th and 5th grade reading writing level, right? So you want to make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Okay. So one day my friend Jane I never thought that I would be able to, but then my friend had lunch with me, and meaning that it's, tell a story, it's in first person, make it like your story, right? Or the person's story that's, that is experiencing that, right? So that it's relatable. Okay. And the last thing here that's really important is copy should be as long as it needs to be and not any longer, right? So you need to just be able to tell the story. You don't need to say all these extra words in your copy, or, have all these, really complicated sentences or wording. Just tell the story. Just make sure that you're relating to your audience, that you're connecting right to the audience, and then that you are creating curiosity and emotion, and that you are making sure it's in the now, right? Create urgency and make it simple, right? Make it simple. Anything else there you want to add, Robbie, before I jump into some of the platinum tools that are amazing for this?
Yeah, no, I think this is great. I think, the one thing I would just say, guys, when it comes to writing copy, I know it can be a little bit scary or daunting initially, but you shouldn't feel that way, guys, for 2 reasons. Number one, we're going to show you how to do it. Number 2, that you have the AI tools now, which allow you to basically write the copy for you. But one of the best ways, people always say, what's the best way to write copy, or best way to learn copy, I should say. And the best way to learn copy is to write copy. Okay. So what I would do, if you really want to get good at writing copy, which I recommend everybody do that, we'll show you later on, but you can literally go into Spy Hero, find an ad that you like. I would grab that copy and I would write it down a couple different ways, right? And do that periodically, weekly at least, and that'll help you become a better copywriter. But no, this is great. Yeah, let's keep going.
Awesome. Okay. So you guys, I'm going to jump into the Project Platinum tools here for a few minutes and just show you again some of the tools. If you haven't, hopefully you guys are getting in here, you're playing around with these tools, you're getting familiar with them. Really, really important. Okay. But the copy tool in my mind, I love this week because I think that these tools are amazing. Amazing. So I wish I had these when I first started. So these AI tools, you guys, this literally writes copy for you. Okay. So a couple things. First, we're going to talk about the copy creator, right? So in the copy creator, this is amazing. You can pick your niche, whatever that niche is. Okay. So let's just say, weight loss. Okay. I'm just kind of migrate to that, but let's say it's weight loss. And let's say I want to have, 2 different versions of weight loss copy. I can generate the copy. Okay. Here. This is so amazing. I'm blown away, but again, you don't, of course you want to learn, you want to get better at writing copy because you'll want to be able to tweak it, right? As you're doing it, just like Robbie said, The best way to get better at writing copy is to write copy. Okay. But what is so cool is you can take this copy here. It gives you the story, right? So it's creating the copy for you, and then you can go in and you can tweak it and you can make it a little bit maybe more personal, but you don't have to think of these stories, right? Or these first person, basically conversational stories yourself. Okay. So you've got the copy here. And then the other way to do it is to select an offer, which is amazing as well, right? So it's going to be really more structured to the offer itself, and it's going to be dialed in a little bit to that offer, right? So whatever, maybe that hook is that the offer is, or that the vendor, right, is using to sell the product. Now, here's a really important tip. Just like on our landing page, on our copy, we don't sell the product, okay? We don't sell the product. We create curiosity, emotion, and engagement, okay? We are not selling on any of our copy. We are only getting them so excited and so, intrigued that they want to click over to our landing page. And then on our landing page, right, they want to go to the offer. But this is so cool because not only does it write conversational copy for you, it literally brings in the method, right? The hook, the Himalayan ice method, for instance, on this is Alpaline, right? Himalayan ice method. So again, I'm so excited about these tools, and then let's just say you wanted to rewrite this. You could copy this, okay? And of course you can come in here and you can also say, write a story. Again, write a first person story about a woman that's embarrassed, or, that can't fit into a seatbelt, or, I don't know, it could be anything, but you can literally tell it to write a story as well for you, or copy, conversational copy. Okay. But I literally copied the copy that it generated. I clicked copy, and I can go over here to copy rewriter, and now I can paste in this copy, and I can also have it give me a few variations. Okay. So again, hands down, this is the most amazing. These are the most amazing tools. Okay. I can't go, Robbie, this is really amazing. So if you guys don't know how cool this is, and how much like this creates things easy for you. I have to say easy because it is so easy. Okay. So, you're able to come in here and do this and get, a few different copies to test, just at the push of a button. Okay. So again, this is amazing. You've got this, you've got the copy rewriter, you've got the copy creator. And then of course you also have the headline creator. Okay. Same exact thing. You can come in here for weight loss, get a number of variations, and you can generate some really cool headlines. Okay. And then you can go in and, have those rewritten. Okay. So I think that this is one of the best, one of the most amazing part of Project Platinum that I'm most excited about is these AI tools for copy and creative. Okay. And of course, I do the creatives call in the inner circle and analyze those. And so I hope to be seeing a lot of very compliant ad copy from our tools.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, this is so cool. So I want to jump into that. And then again, you guys, I already kind of showed you that compliance, but just so you know where it is, again, it's here. If I wanted to, now put in some compliance, I could put that here. I could paste in my paste in the copy, and it's going to tell me a little bit of, things that I would want to change. And, instead of using the word like weight, I could say, when I stepped on the scale, right? Or instead of this, I could say Himalayan ice hack, right? Or Himalayan ice method. Okay. So it's just this is, again, everything is here for you to have the best success, okay, for your ads. All right. So I'm going to dive back into our copy and creatives here on the slides. I'm going to really jump into creatives. Anything else you want to add before I jump into curiosity-based creatives, Robbie?
No, this is great. Yeah, I see everyone in the chat is loving it. So let's keep going.
Hey, great. All right, you guys. So creatives, when we talk about creatives, we are talking about our images and our videos, right? So winning creatives. our image and our video must create an open loop. What does that mean? It means that it needs to create curiosity in the brain so that when somebody is scrolling Facebook, they don't exactly know what's going on and they want to click on it, right? It has to create that open loop where there's still something that they're not connecting with, right? Like what is happening in the image? What is happening in the video? They want to stop, it stops the scroll, okay? Really, really important because open loop causes curiosity, which then equals clicks, okay? That's all we need our creatives to do. We need them to stop the scroll, and we want people to click on our ads, okay? Or read our copy. But again, they must stop the scroll on Facebook, but they don't always have to be congruent, meaning they don't always have to be congruent with the offer. Now, congruency in your creative with your copy, with your landing page can create an amazing funnel and a winning ad, okay? But you don't always have to have your creative, an image 100% congruent with the product itself, okay? Again, and this is, you're gonna, you got to test, right? Because we're not the audience. We need to see what creates curiosity to them. But again, these tools, which I'll show you in a minute, do all of that for you, okay? You want to make sure you're using the Platinum Image and AI Creatives tool because they create winning creatives, all right? Now, of course, in the course, you're going to also, if you haven't gone through all the modules, make sure you guys do that. It's really important. Go through the training. But you're also going to hear me talk about, going, of course, you can go out to Fiverr, you can, create your own images, but these Platinum Image tools and the AI creative tools in here are amazing. Okay. So you definitely want to be using those. And then of course, if you want to be creating videos, you can use the video editing software in here as well. Okay. So everything is here for you, which is really, really awesome. So before I dive into the real ads and Spy Hero, which is a game changer for affiliate marketing, I want to show you just a couple tips here in the tools. Okay. So again, I'm going back into my AI tools. And again, in terms of the creative tools, okay, I get so excited because this is so amazing. All right. Image variations, you guys, you can drag and drop. Okay. So for instance, I'm just going to show you how simple this is. All right. And let's just say I have a drag. I want to, let's go to my downloads and go here. Okay. Let's just say I want to do this creative. This was one from from AI as well. And it's going to generate different creatives from maybe an image that I downloaded. Let's just say I went to Spy Hero or, I downloaded an image that I wanted to recreate. Okay. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay. You guys, and this is obviously, like for an ice hack or an ice product, but I can edit these, I can download these. Okay. So that's the first really cool AI tool for creatives. The second one is the creatives tool itself. Of course, this is where we will, put in our niche. Okay. This is really cool because you could do like standard, you can do semi-realistic, hyper-realistic. Okay. So if I wanted to do standard and I could come in here and I could do cartoon, I can do all kinds of things in here, which I love. Obviously different sizes and then a full shot, or I could do a cowboy shot. Okay. So I'm going to do weight loss. I could generate an image. Now, again, this is going to just, a general image, right? But if I wanted to have an image that was, or a number of images, of course, I could, go to the offer area as well here, and I can do some different custom ones. Okay. So just like the the copy, right? I could take this image, I could download it, and now I could upload this into my image variation and create a ton of different variations from this. Okay. And I could edit it. Okay. I could click on this and now I could edit this image, right? Which, you could put a watermark on here if you have those for your images or videos, or, I could put some text in here, and I could, again, I could resize it, frames, all kinds of really cool stuff. Okay. So I'm going to go back over here to the tools. Now, the next thing that is, to me, is really cool is the offer, right? So you can select your offer. Maybe I want to do, XC Pure on this one, and I want to see some images for this. I can generate images. And, I just have to say, this is an amazing tool. So you guys, this is everything you need for creatives and copy, really. I mean, everything. So you have all of the, you don't have to go out and outsource. Now, if you want to go out to Fiverr or do that, that's fine, but you don't have to do that anymore because it's all right here for you. Okay. And again, you could take, these and you could, and some of them, you may have to generate a couple times to get ones that may work, right? Or that are going to be, that some of these obviously AI images can be a little off the wall, but hey, you never know, right? That's what we want to pique curiosity. Okay. So again, you could take these and edit them or put them in the image variations. Okay. And then the last part here, which is really cool, is you can just, like if I just say, purple ice cubes in a glass, and again, you could say anything in here. And I could create an image as well. Okay. And there is so many variations here of size and, styles, the different modes, whether you want to do really, really realistic, hyper realistic, things like that. Okay. So again, all you have to do is download these images and they're ready to go for you. So that is, let's just let this generate for a minute here. And there you go. I mean, look at that. That is so cool. You guys, by the way, I'm downloading this one, so you guys don't get to use it. I'm going to do it. All right. So anyway, this is, again, creatives. As you can see here, like this creative, it would pique curiosity, right? It's different. It would stop the scroll on Facebook, especially with the right headline, okay? Or with a really engaging curiosity-based headline, okay? So that is the tools. And now I want to dive into Spy Hero, is there any questions you want me to answer before we dive into Spy Hero?
No, I think people are, some of the questions I see, but we'll answer those during the Q&A. Yeah, you're on a roll, so let's keep going.
Awesome. Okay. So you guys, all right, this is by far, hands down, the one of the most important tools in my opinion. Okay. Now, again, I've been doing this for a while, and I used a couple different spy tools when I first started because Spy Hero was not around. All right. And this tool is a non-negotiable in my opinion. Okay. And I literally, in my opinion, I use it every day in my business. When I coach, I, also, make sure that, my students are using it because it is a game changer for your business. Okay. So you will see here why it is. So as you will see, when you first log into Spy Hero, you're going to see, not only are you going to see, we'll kind of dive here in a minute, but you're going to see all the top offers. Okay. You can go by this month, you can go by this year, you can see how many ads have been running to it. But you can see that, the top offers, right? So that's really, really, really important. You can also over here and see, the percentage, okay, based on those top offers. On the top here, you're going to see how many total ads, the ads that are currently running, the offers. You can run reports by a lot of different variables, which we'll dive in here in a minute, okay? And then on this main screen, you're also going to just see like the latest ads. Okay. Now you can also, which I'll go through in a minute here, is you can put alerts in, which is really cool because when you start to spy, which is, why this is called Spy Hero, right? We want to spy on what is working. So this gives us all kinds of different, information. All right. So I could go into the products themselves, which I think is really cool because it gives you information also in the offer. Okay. So I could go into the offer. I can go into, the pages, or I can go into the ads running. Okay. So if I was to click on, the information on like info on this offer, it's going to, of course, give me, the network, the niche that it's in. I can view the sales page, for the offer, right? Let me go back. I can see all the ads that are running. I can see all the pages that are running this offer. Okay. And then I can do a lot of different things in here with searching. Okay. But that's one of the, this information on the offers that you can pull up is something that is really unique to Spy Hero. Okay. And what's also really unique to Spy Hero is all the reports you can run and how you can see the different affiliate IDs and fan pages. I mean, just the detail of what you can view in here. Okay. So again, there's a lot of different, you want to get in here and you really want to go, definitely want to go through the training, on Spy Hero, and you want to make sure that you really get in here every day and play around, right? But a couple things you can also at the top, you can search by terms, landers, and everywhere, and then in the ads. As you will see over here, I'm in the Facebook, right? But later on, again, those of you that are going to be running YouTube or are starting to run YouTube, you can go in and look at YouTube ads and native, right? And then up here, you can create notes. This is so cool. So when you start to, spy on pages or ads or, creatives, whatever that are you're seeing that are really working, right? You can make notes in here. Okay. And you can save them. And then you can also suggest pages, right? If you find a page maybe isn't in here, this would allow, you to put this in here and save it. Okay. And then on the left-hand side, okay, the dashboard, right? I kind of went over the dashboard. Again, there's a lot of information here. If I wanted to just, go into the main offer and go into all the ads running, I could, really dial in targeting by the creative type or the network or, the, let's say minimum days running, or if they're, when they were running, or the status. Are they running? Are they not running? I can look at, last seen, total days. Again, so much information. Okay. But, so that's basically on the main page. So let me go back here to the dashboard. So again, you can search by pages, you can search by ads running, and then you can search in the info. Okay. And then on the left, you can also just go directly into the search. Okay. You can search by a term. You could search if you, wanted to see things on other networks. You can search by all the different offers. Again, you can search by creative type or in ads or landers or everywhere, the different niches as well. Now, if you have a pixel ID that that you're following, you can search by that, or domains or affiliate IDs. This is where it gets really cool. And this is where this tool is amazing, because when you start to see ads that are working and you're spying on those, you want to start following, right, the affiliate ID or maybe the pixel, right? And so that you can model after what's working, right? Why recreate the wheel? Model off of what's working. And that's what a spy tool is for. Okay. You don't know what's working unless you have a spy tool. So again, now we can search by pages. Okay. And over here, we can search also and look at all the different landers running. We can search by, again, we can really dial in and go into all the information on the offers. And then, okay, you can see here that as you can see, you can really dial in, right? You can go into all the landers on just these offers, right? And you can also filter, right? So you can see okay, I want to see, how many landers, like who's running, or what is the top product that has the most landers or pages or ads, right? Again, so much information. It's amazing. As you can tell, I get really excited about it. This is one of my favorite parts of the business is, spying, creating ads and creating copy, because that's your ad, right? That's how you're going to get sales. And so reports here, this is also a fantastic part of the tool. You can view reports. So for instance, if you're going to come in here, let's just say I want to go and I want to see popular landing pages or popular fan pages, or again, popular headlines or copy, like what's working, right? So I could come in here and I could view report. And what's really cool about this is then you could take this, you could take 2 or 3 of these and go in and rewrite them, like in your tool, right? In your platinum tool, in the AI tools, right? So, I mean, that's amazing. And again, you can do it by niche, time frame, all of that, okay? And it tells you, of course, the number of ads running, the number of pages, all of that, okay? So again, I can't go into all of this, but I'm just gonna, I'm really scratching the surface here, you guys. So just so you know, you should be in here every day just getting to know this. The more you're in here, the more successful your ads will be. I can 100% guarantee that. And then the favorites, this is one of my to me, this is probably one of the best areas here, is because you can add favorites. Okay. So let me show you why that's really important. So when you add your favorites, it's probably just taking a minute here because I have a lot of stuff that I favorite here. But again, you can see all kinds of stuff. You can see, as you can see, I use this quite a bit, you guys. But obviously, you can see all the pages that I favorite, the landing pages, the ads. Yeah. So you guys, again, Spy Hero is a game changer. If you are not using Spy Hero, you definitely are, working harder than you should. And you're really trying to recreate the wheel. Don't recreate the wheel. Use Spy Hero. Use a spy tool that gives you all of the information of what's working now. Okay. So again, that's, Robbie, I don't know if you want me to cover anything else in Spy Hero, but this tool is non-negotiable in my opinion. If you're running affiliate ads, you need to be using Spy Hero so you know what's working.
Absolutely. No, this is great. Guys, let me know in the chat. Has this been awesome? Have you guys been enjoying it? Because we've been covering the AI stuff, the Spy Hero stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. And the best thing about this is the fact that there's these tools available to you now that allow you to have this type of success where, years ago, this wasn't even available to you at all. So I think that's pretty exciting. And I'm definitely fired up about this, and which is great. So I see everyone in the chat saying they love it, which is awesome. Good. Yeah. So we covered a lot today, guys. I know it's a little bit of a shorter session, but we covered a lot. But let's go ahead and answer a couple questions here, and then we'll keep things going. But yeah, let's go ahead and answer some questions. So, someone's asking about where can they get the link for Spy Hero? Yeah, I'll post the link in the chat there for you guys as well. You can also access it, guys, by going to either your members area or the toolkit, and just going down to the bottom part there, and you're going to find
right here.
Yeah, it should be right. Yep, you were there. Yep, you got it. Right at the bottom. Yep. Tools and then Spy Hero. Okay, and that'll take you to the link to sign up for that 30-day trial. Okay. Highly recommend you do, because it'll be a great way for you to have everything you need for success for sure. Okay. Let's see what else we got here for questions. Yeah, someone's asking, I know we kind of answered this already, but someone's asking just if I'm just starting out, should I write shorter copy or longer copy? I think we talked about this before, but I would say shorter copy to start, just because it's a little bit easier to make sure you're doing the right stuff and stay on the right track and all that stuff. I wouldn't go long copy initially until you really kind of understand and get your get your bearings, so to speak. So that's what I would say for sure. Wouldn't you agree, Stephanie?
I would agree 100%. Yep. Stick with short copy. And as you get better at writing copy, then you can, extend and make longer copy.
Yep. Exactly. Awesome. Cool. What else we got for questions here? Let me see. Yeah, really, a lot of the questions we kind of answered, guys, during the training here. I'm seeing some people asking about how to use the AI tools. We literally just showed you how to do that. Yes, there'll be a replay of this, guys. I know everyone asks this every week. There'll be a replay later on this once we are done with obviously Facebook and the YouTube today, and then we'll have this in here. So really, guys, I think we'll just go to the homework right now. I think will be the next thing here. So guys, homework. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say too. Yeah. Somebody did ask, that I see a fire emoji that they love the AI tools, and yeah, you guys, and Robbie also put some, I know that in the team put some additional, just real quick, 2-3 minute videos in the guides of the platinum group. So go in there, because there's some really, real easy, just, here's how you kind of maneuver around and use the tools. So make sure you watch those as well.
Yep, absolutely. Awesome. Yes, cool. So homework, guys, create 3 to 5 ad copy angles using your ads. That should probably take you 30 seconds because you have the AI tools now. Okay. Create 3 to 5 different creatives, images and videos, right? Same thing. You can use the AI tools, create those images for you. Sign up for Spy Hero, guys. I highly recommend you do that. It will help you really accelerate your success, all right, going forward. And then also make sure you guys go into the Platinum tools, get to know the copy, the creatives, all that good stuff. And that will be really, really powerful, guys. And then I see some other people asking about inner circle stuff as well, guys. Once again, if you're interested in learning more about the inner circle, all you have to do is go to that link right there, projectplatinum.com/IC. One of the cool things, and we've been talking about copy and creative as well, is when you're part of the inner circle, there's actually a call every single week dedicated to reviewing your copy and your creatives. Okay. And actually Coach Stephanie does that. Right. And so you'll be able to literally submit your copy, your creatives, and she'll look at it and tell you what's good and what's not good. Right. And so, obviously AI is pretty awesome in the fact that they can write copy and everything, but it's still good to have an experienced affiliate marketer, especially someone that's reached ClickBank Platinum, right? To tell you if you're on the right track or not. And so when you're part of the inner circle, that's one of the many benefits you get access to by being part of it, right? Now, if you're interested, guys, go to projectplatinum.com/IC just to set up a call with my team. They'll walk you through it. They'll get you started. If you already did get into it, right? Make sure you guys, if you haven't set up your activation call, I would still go there, guys, to projectplatinum.com/IC just to hop on a call with the team and make sure that get your questions answered. They'll show you around and get you signed up. So anything you want to add to that, Coach Stephanie?
Yeah, I think you covered it all. I think, again, you guys just make sure you show up first of all, make sure you stay here for YouTube next with Coach Mariah. And I'm really excited to see you guys next week. The inner circle is amazing. By the way, the creatives call, like Robbie said, the AI tools are magical and fantastic, but they're definitely, of course, there's some tweaks and things that we make to landing pages and especially to optimize our campaigns. So if you're, that's an amazing call. People love it. So I would say that's it really for me. I really appreciate everyone being here today. Really excited. And that's it.
Awesome. Cool. So guys, remember, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break here, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of the masterclass, where we'll be covering some more amazing stuff when it comes to YouTube with the one and only Coach Mariah. So guys, thank you so much for being on this part of the masterclass. Don't go anywhere though. Promise me you'll stay, and I'll be back in just a few moments. I'm just going to grab a sip of water, maybe a little quick bite to eat, and I'll be right back for part 2 of the masterclass this week. So we'll see you in a little bit.
See you guys.
All right, what's going on, guys? Robbie here once again, and we are back from our quick little break here, getting excited about the second half of this week number 4. And I'm excited to be here with you guys once again. And guys, let me know in the chat. Are you guys enjoying this week so far? Did you have a good time with Coach Stephanie and the Facebook training? I'm sure you guys did, but let me know in the chat anyways. I would love to get your feedback in terms of how things are going, if you're enjoying it. We get a lot of great feedback over the past couple of weeks with the masterclass, and really excited to have you guys here once again as we go into the second half of week number 4 of the masterclass, where we're going to be focusing on YouTube. And so today is going to be a action-packed day, right? We're going to be talking about literally so many different things. And so we're going to be talking about creating your tracking events, commonly set up, launching your first campaign, which I know many of you have been asking, when are we going to launch our first campaign? And today is the day that we're going to do that, right? And so I'm really excited to be here with you guys once again. And I want to bring on my very special guest here who's going to help me and help you guys take you to the promised land when it comes to YouTube ads. And that is Coach Mariah. So Coach Mariah, are you there?
Hey everyone, I'm here once again for another training video. And yeah, I'm excited for this training because we're going to be going over how to set up your first campaign. And that's always, people always get nervous, but it's always, exciting to see how the video that you put together is going to perform, and just to see how everything works, right? See the action in your Google account. So I'm very excited to actually go through this training and show you how to set up your campaign so that you can start making money.
Absolutely. Yeah, great. And so, and guys, just so you know, we have a lot to cover today. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll probably save most of the questions you guys have for the end of the workshop today, right? Just because, Coach Mariah has a lot to cover, and I want to make sure that we're respectful of everyone's time. So obviously save your questions until the end, but we'll be able to rock and roll and get everything done, and then we can answer those questions toward the end. Okay, does that sound fair? Okay, cool. Awesome. So guys, we covered a lot of stuff so far over the last 6 weeks, or last, I guess this is week 4. So we've covered a lot so far. So you can see here, we've done a lot of different stuff. So, we covered mindset, the Platinum Tools overview, Google ad account setup, YouTube channel setup. We went over Spy here. We talked about creating your first video ad. And guys, let me know in the chat, did you guys get your homework done? Did you get your first video ad up and ready to go? Let me know. If the answer is yes, then great. Awesome job. Keep that up. If the answer is no, well, you definitely want to get that done first before you can actually implement what we're going to teach you guys today. That's why it's so important to stay on task and make sure you guys are staying, on point with everything we talk and teach you guys during these master classes, because, we want you to stay on track during the entire time. Okay. So we're going over today how to create your tracking conversion event, how to set up your Cometly, which, as you guys know, is Cometly is a tracking software, which is awesome and a really, really great tool that I recommend everybody use. You guys get a 30-day access to it as well by being part of Project Platinum. And I'm telling you guys, it is worth its weight in gold, because if you ever have tried to run ads using spreadsheets, it is the worst thing ever, right? And so the fact that we have the ability to not have to use spreadsheets for what we're doing here is really, really important, because not only does it save you time, but it also will save you money, because you'll make less mistakes. There's been times I personally have lost hundreds of dollars, if not more, by making a silly error on a spreadsheet, right? And so, by having Cometly changes the game, okay? And then we'll talk about launching your first campaign as well, right? So now the main things we're gonna cover here in week 4, right? We just covered a bunch of stuff here, but the next things we're gonna cover, if we go to the next slide, is we will see here we go. So be able to create your tracking conversion event, how to set up Cometly for tracking, content exclusions, which Coach Meyer will talk about, but basically that is how to make sure some of the things that you're targeting, you can exclude some things because they don't really convert really well, how to set up your first campaign, how to set up a target CPA, possible ad violations, and then we'll do some Q&A. So it should be awesome. So Coach Meyer, do you want to start diving into it right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so first thing, guys, that we want to do is set up your tracking conversion event. Okay, so we're going to head over to your Google Ads account. And from here, you want to click on Tools and Settings and click on Conversions. Okay, so first of all, why is a tracking conversion event important, right? Because this is how you're going to be able to feed Google conversion data, so that Google can find more customers just like the ones that already purchased, that already converted. Okay, so very important to actually set this up. The more data that Google has, the better it can optimize your campaigns for you. Okay. Also, with doing this, we can actually we'll be able to see the conversion data inside Google. Okay, so that's going to help you to see your cost per conversion and all that data inside Google as well. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we want to do here is click New Conversion Action. And then go ahead and select the website option. And here you're going to have to type your domain. Okay, so just go ahead and type your root domain, the one you purchased for your landing page, and go ahead and hit scan. All right, then go ahead and scroll down and click Add a Conversion Action manually. And for category, we're going to do purchase. And then for conversion name, go ahead and do weight loss. In this example, we're going to be running a weight loss. We're going to be setting up a campaign for a weight loss offer. So I'm just going to create a conversion event for a weight loss offer. Okay, it's important to know that you need to have different events different tracking events for different niches, right? So if you're promoting DIY, then that should be a totally different tracking event. Okay. All right. So weight loss purchase. Then we're going to go ahead and use different values for each conversion. And Then here you want to type your average order value. Okay, so in case one of the values is missing, it's going to actually put in that average order value for you. So I'm just going to type 120 as for the average order value. And again, guys, you can find out what the average order value is for your product, the product you're promoting in the marketplace. Okay. And then for count, we're going to just choose 1, okay? And that means that we want to make sure that if we get upsells, it doesn't count upsells as a initial sale. So we're just gonna choose 1 for that. And then for attribution model, we're going to change it to say less click, okay? And then we're done. Now we can hit done, all right? And now we can hit save and continue. Okay, and then here we can actually click use Google Tag Manager. Okay, and now we need to actually set this up in ClickBank. Okay, so or any other platform that you're using. In this example, we're going to be going over how to set it up in ClickBank. Okay, so I have ClickBank open here as an example account here for you guys to show you how to do this. And then here we're going to click on vendor settings, my site, and then add tracking code, and choose Google AdWords and click add. And then here for the ID, we're going to head back over to Google and copy this ID number here. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste that in here. And now let's go back here to Google and copy this code right here below weight loss purchase and paste that where it says purchase label. Now we're going to have to create a new new tracking event for initiate checkout. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to click done. And then I'm going to click new conversion action, website, same steps. Okay, so same thing that we just did. We're going to have to do this one more time for initiate checkout. So let's go ahead and paste that website URL, hit scan, and then scroll down and click add conversion action manually. For category this time, you're going to choose begin checkout. All right, and then for the name, weight loss, begin checkout. Use the same value for each conversion. Well, actually, we can choose don't use a value for this conversion because there won't be any value, right? So we'll choose that. And then for count, once again, we're going to choose 1, okay? And for attribution model, we're going to choose less click. All right, and now we can hit done. Scroll down, hit save and continue. And use Google Tag Manager. And now this code here, right, the conversion ID is the same, but the code here below is going to be different. So we're going to actually copy that, go back to ClickBank here and paste that right there where it says page view label. Okay, so make sure that you don't get those two mixed up. Okay, so begin checkout goes here and the purchase one that we created first goes over here, right? Then you can select affiliate order form confirmation page and hit save. And then scroll down and hit the play button here to activate the pixel. All right, and now the pixel is set up in ClickBank. We can hit done, go back to Google, hit done, and it's also set up in here in Google for you, okay? Now, there's one more thing that we need to do. We actually need to set up a custom goal. So we're gonna click custom goals, add custom goal. And once again, you're gonna have to give this a name. So let's just call it weight loss goal. And we're going to choose the weight loss purchase event that we just created. Okay, so let's choose that and hit save. And that's it, that's done, okay? So that's it for this, this first part here that we have to set up, okay? Now we're gonna go over how to set up commonly for tracking. So the first thing is, well, first of all, right, if you're not familiar with Commonly, like Robbie said, Commonly is a tool that you can use to track your campaign's performance. You can use it to optimize your campaigns. It basically combines the data from Google and ClickBank all in one place so that you can analyze it in a much more efficient way. And it will give you your profit, your ROI, basically every single data that you need in order to optimize your campaign and keep track of your numbers. Okay.
Yeah, Coach Mariah, let's actually, if you don't mind, you go to the Platinum tools and just show them where they can sign up for Commonly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because guys, you can sign up via Commonly just by going to commonly.com, but in order to get access to the 30 days, you have to go through the Platinum tools and go there first.
Okay.
So just on the left, go down to the, you can click on Commonly there, or you can click on, there you go. So get your 30-day trial there. Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so once you sign up for Commonly, guys, then you can click on Space Settings. And in Space Settings, you'll be able to select from the different platforms here that you want to integrate Commonly with. So we're going to choose Google, and we're going to click Connect Google Profile. And let's go ahead and click Sign in with Google. And I'm just going to choose my account here. Hit continue. Okay, there we go. It worked. All right. So now my Google account is integrated with Commonly. So it's that simple. But then there's one more step that we have to do. So now I'm going to go back and click on Space Settings once again. And I'm going to click on the Google integration here. And now I can see all my ad accounts that are inside that login. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click connect for the accounts that I'm going to use. Whatever, you can actually connect all of them, or if you have more than one, connect all of them. It doesn't, or not, or just connect the one that you're going to use right now. Okay, so I'm going to connect that, and now this part is done. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. You do have to actually set up Commonly with your ClickBank account as well. There are articles in the help section here in Commonly that you can actually follow so that you can make sure that you're setting up ClickBank with Commonly the right way. Okay. All right. So let's keep moving forward here. So once your Commonly set up, your tracking set up, then now we're going to actually go over content exclusions. Okay. So let's go back to Google once again. And then we're going to click Tools and Settings and Content Suitability. All right. And now we're going to click on, we want to make sure that we have expanded inventory. Okay. So that just basically will maximize where your ads can be displayed, what type of videos your ads can be displayed. So I would recommend choosing that option. And then we're going to go ahead and choose exclude types and labels. And basically, you don't want your ads to be displayed on live streaming, right? So if people are actually watching a live streaming on YouTube, they most likely don't want to be interrupted, right? They don't want to go somewhere else to see something else, right? So we would actually we can exclude our ads from getting displayed there. Okay. And then also embedded YouTube videos. All right. So select those two options. I already have them selected here, but if you don't, you can unselect anything else that's already selected by default and go ahead and select those two options and hit save. And that's it, guys. That's all you have to do for content suitability. Just make sure that you're hitting save when you're selecting these options. Okay. And then let's go back here to our outline. And now we get to actually set up your first conversion campaign. Okay, so let's go over that really quickly here. Let me go back to Google Ads here. Okay, cool. So if you're not on this screen here, just make sure that you click on campaigns and you'll get to the screen that you're seeing right now. And then you can click the plus sign. All right, click new campaign and select sales. And then here at the bottom, we need to click add goal. and select the goal that we just set it up, right? A couple minutes ago. Okay, so you're going to select that goal that we just set it up. And then you're going to remove the two other goals that are by default in here. Okay, so go ahead and remove those and then hit continue. All right, go ahead and select video for campaign type and then hit continue. Okay, and then for campaign name, give your campaign a name, whatever you want to name it. So I'm just going to call it Lip Amount 1 or Lip Amount Sales 1. For countries, right, we're going to choose United States and Canada for the countries we want to target. And then for language, you can select English, all right? And for bid strategy, we're going to choose target CPA. So we're going to be talking more about target CPA in once we finish setting up the campaign, okay? But for target CPA, that's basically how much you want your target, the target cost per conversion that you want to set up, okay? So let's choose, let's go ahead and start with $30. And then for your daily budget, we're going to choose $100, so start really small. All right, you can ignore any of these recommendations here. All right, do not choose an end date. You can pause the campaign anytime that you want. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and scroll down and click additional settings. And then for devices, we're going to choose set specific targeting for devices, and we're going to uncheck TV screens, all right? And we don't want our ads to be displayed on TV screens. So we're going to uncheck that option. And then for ad schedule, right, you can actually set up how long, when do you want your ads to run? So for example, I want my ads to run from 8 a.m. to midnight. I can actually do that, okay? And then, and that's it. That's all we have to do for that portion of the campaign setup. Now we get to the portion where we have to set up your ad groups, okay? So the ad groups is basically where we're gonna set up a audience, okay, guys? So everything that we did up to this point is setting up the campaign and what we want that budget to be, what we want, when we want the campaign to run, which placements we want the campaign the ads to be shown. But now it's time to actually set up the audience, okay? So, and we do that here in the ad group. All right, so now give your ad group a name, and I usually name my ad group whatever audience I'm going to use, okay? Just, it's easier to keep track of it, all right? So let's say that we're gonna target men and women, 35 plus. We can give that name and then go ahead and click add an audience. And now here we can click new audience. All right, and demographics. Pick the genders, right? If you want female or male, or if you just want female, you can choose that. And your age, okay? So if you click additional demographics here, there are additional options. We recommend that you start broad and let Google do the heavy lifting and optimize your campaign for you. But there are different options in here in terms of what you can target, okay? You can target interests, and you can target keywords and custom segments and things like that, okay? So, but we definitely recommend just starting broad, okay? Then go ahead and hit save. Once you're done, oh, actually you gotta give this, this audience a name as well. So I'm just gonna name it women and men, 35 plus, and then I'm going to hit save. All right, now that's the audience I selected. Go ahead and keep use optimized targeting checked, okay? And then we get to the part where we're actually going to set up the ad. All right, so what we need here, the first thing that we need is actually your ad URL, your video URL. All right, and there we go, there's the video. And now we need your final URL. That is your landing page URL, okay? So we actually need that right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste mine in there right now. Let's copy that. And there we go. remember that you do not want to have platinum in your URL, okay? So make sure that your URL doesn't say platinum, okay? If it does, then platinum.io. If it does say that, you want to make sure you remove it. And always check your URL, right, guys? Like, just open a new browser, make sure that that final URL is taking people where they're supposed to go, okay? It doesn't hurt to check. And I definitely recommend that you do that, okay? Then call to action, we're gonna choose learn more. And then for the headline, you want to type something that is something about your product, right? This headline needs to be short. So if you type something long, it's not gonna let you, all right? So for example, slimming sprinkles, too long, all right? So it won't let me type that in. We can do something like leave healthy, something simple like that. Okay, or leave lighter, something like that. And then long headline here. Now you can actually type something that is a little more curiosity, that it's going to evoke more curiosity. That has your hook, right? The hook you're using on your videos, and that makes a promise. Okay, so I'm just going to type slimming sprinkles can help shred unwanted pounds. All right, so now it will allow me, for the long headline, you can actually type something longer, right? Then description, you can also type something that is going to evoke curiosity, right? Make people want to find out more, make people want to watch your video. So we can say something like 95% of people never heard of this, for example. Okay. And then for your companion banner, right, we went over how to set up one in another video, in one of the training videos. So now it's time to actually upload that image in here. So we're going to click upload an image, choose file, and then let's go ahead and choose that image. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm just going to pick one of the ones that I done. Oh, there we go. That's the right one. Okay. And now for your ad name, you can actually type whatever you want, whatever's going to make it easier for you to be able to track your ads and know exactly what video you're using. So normally what I do is I type a ad number, I give my ad a number, and then I type in the video name that I'm using and even the script name. Okay, just to stay organized and so that you know exactly what you're testing, what you're running. Okay. And that's it for, that's all you have to do. Now the ad is actually set up, and we can go ahead and click create campaign. And then continue to campaign. And that's it, guys. The campaign is created. Now it's going to say pending because it's going to go in review. And once it's approved, then it's going to say eligible. Okay. Now, if your ad is not approved, we're going to actually talk about different policy violations, different rejections that you can get, and how to actually fix them in just a little bit. Okay, we're going to go over that. But that's all you have to do to create your campaign. Okay, so really, really easy. If you want to set up a new ad and you want to try, you want to actually test 2 different videos, then all you have to do is actually click create ad, and then you can set up a whole new ad here from scratch. Okay. All right. Did I miss anything, Robbie? Are we good to keep moving forward here?
Yeah, this has been great. Yeah, guys, let me know in the chat. This has been awesome so far. I know we covered a lot of stuff, and guys, I know a couple people are like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot of stuff. Guys, I understand, and really, I would encourage you guys not to just kind of sit back and relax and take it all in, right? Don't try to try to be like, I gotta get this done today. Like just try to absorb it, right? Just try to be a sponge. And remember, we'll have the replays for you guys as well, where you can rewatch these over and over again. And sometimes it'll take a little bit of time to click, but once you understand this process, it's very repetitive. So the more that you do this, the more it'll become second nature for you. So yeah, so I see a lot of people saying that, but guys want to address that real quick. But yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, guys. So that's how we actually set up a campaign. Really, really easy, simple to do, right? So now we're going to talk about target CPA, okay, and why that's important. Okay. So target CPA is basically what we chose as for the bidding that we want to do for a campaign, right? So target CPA is the cost at which Google will aim to get a sale for you. Okay. So we tell Google how much we want that cost to be. And as you can see, we started with a $30 target CPA. Now that's really, really low, right? We're bidding at $30. We're telling Google we want to get a sale when we spend $30, in less than $30. And that can be low depending on the offer that you're promoting. But there's a reason why we want to start low, okay? And let's go over that reason here. Okay, whoops, let me go back here. Okay, so the higher the target CPA, the more that Google can bid for your ad to get shown. It's important to keep that in mind. However, you do not want to bid, you do not want to set your target CPA too high, because then Google can start spending that money really, really fast, okay? The target CPA will determine the speed at which your budget is spent. So if it's too high, like I said, Google can spend that budget really fast in a matter of minutes or hours. But if it's too low, it might not even spend the money at all. It might not be high enough to participate in any auctions to bring you some traffic. So we want to make sure that we are adjusting the target CPA and that we're finding a good target CPA for your campaign, okay? Also with this bidding strategy, sometimes it's important to keep in mind that Google can actually spend 2 times your average daily budget. So even though we set up a daily budget of $100, sometimes it can actually spend $200 in that day, but it's not going to exceed your monthly charger limit, okay? But if the algorithm thinks that you're having good traffic and you're more likely to get conversions, it might continue to spend your budget above what you set that daily budget to be, all right? Now let's go over how to get started with target CPA. So we recommend starting out very low so that you can have some control of how your budget is getting spent. Okay, so start at $30, and then after a few hours, if your ad is not spending any money, then you want to begin to raise that target CPA $10 every 30 minutes. Okay, and when you start to see some traffic coming in commonly, right, then that means that you can stop raising that target CPA, and you can keep it where it is until you analyze it a little bit further. Okay, now be patient, guys, because it takes a while for Google to start spending money in the beginning. Okay, if you're just starting out, it's your first ad account, Google doesn't have any data yet. It has no idea who your customer looks like, what your target CPA should actually be, right? So it can be a little bit, I would say it can be tricky in the beginning to get Google to spend, but it will eventually spend your money. It will spend your budget. It just takes a little bit of time, okay, to get it going, and that's completely normal. Now, like I said, you can keep raising that target CPA even up to $200 if you have to in order to get it to spend. Okay, that's fine. All right. After it begins to spend, you have to monitor the spend speed. If it's spending too fast, and what I mean by that is you refresh your browser, and in 30 minutes later, you refresh your browser and it already spent half of your budget. That's spending too fast, right? Because you want Google to spend your budget throughout the entire day. You don't want it to spend in a matter of hours or minutes, right? The goal is to get it to spend from whatever ad schedule you set up at the campaign, right? We did from 8 a.m. to midnight in the example here. So you want that budget to be spread out from 8 a.m. to midnight. Now, if it's spending very, very fast, then you want to start to bring down your target CPA by $5 every 30 minutes. All right. And again, if it's too slow, if it's going too slow, then you can bring it up $5 every 30 minutes. All right. And if it's spending okay, if it's normal spend, then you just leave it alone. Do not touch it. But I would say the goal here is to have a target CPA where you're still going to be profitable, right? So if your average order value for the product is 120, a $60 target CPA, $60 to $80 target CPA would be great, because now you're aiming to get a conversion at 50% of your average order value, or 50 or 75% of your average order value. So that would be a good spot to be with your target CPA. However, sometimes you have to go a little bit higher to get it to spend, and that's completely fine too. A lot of times higher target CPA works well too, because now you're bidding more in the auction, okay? But once Google has some conversion data, it will begin to know what the actual target CPA is, and it will start to optimize your campaign. All right. Now let's talk about some spend issues, right? If like we just covered this, and we said if it's not spending, then you can keep increasing your campaign, your target CPA. But there's something else that you can do, which is actually increase your campaign budget, right? So if sometimes if your campaign budget's too low, that might not be enough money for Google to start spending your ad in your ads. So you can increase that budget a little bit slightly and keep increasing until you get it to spend. All right. So just be careful here, because if you increase your budget and your target CPA is too high. So for example, if your target CPA is $200 and you increase your budget to $500, it can spend that $500 very quickly. So you want to make sure that if you're increasing your budget, go ahead and drop that target CPA again, so that it doesn't spend your money very fast, okay? Something else you can do if you're having spend issues is re-upload the video on your YouTube channel, okay? Re-upload the video and then create a new ad from scratch. And sometimes that will fix the problem and it will start spending, okay? If that still doesn't work, then that could mean that there's something in your video that Google doesn't like, all right? A lot of times it could be the scenes that you picked that you have in your video. So one thing to do is remove the scenes from your video and just test your script by itself. And if that starts to spend money, then you know it's actually something in the scenes, right? You can, if you know that, all right, I know that 95% of my scenes are compliant, are okay, that you're just not sure about 2 of them, then go ahead and remove those 2. Don't remove all the scenes, just remove a couple that you think that could be causing the issue, re-upload the video and try again, okay? And the last thing that you want to do if you're still having spend issues after you try to increase your budget, adjust your target CPA, re-upload your video, remove the scenes, right? If you've done all that and you're still not getting it to spend, and it's been 5 days now that you're trying to get it to spend, then the next thing that you can try is actually set up a campaign, and instead of choosing target CPA, then you choose maximize conversions bidding, okay? So with this option, Google is going to aim to actually give you the maximum amount of conversions for the budget that you have. So it's not going to aim for a cost per result, right? It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to try to get you a conversion at that target CPA. So with this strategy, it can spend all the money really fast, and not take in consideration if it's going to give you the best value for the best cost per conversion, okay? So it's not the best strategy, but it can get you some data and can get your accounts to start spending. And once you do that, once you get it to spend and you get some data, then you can actually create a new campaign, use the target CPA bidding, and go from there. And now you shouldn't have issues with having Google spend in the target CPA bidding, okay? And guys, let me go back here to Google. And once again, if you need to adjust that target CPA, you can actually adjust it from here. Okay, change it from here. You can also change it at the ad group level. So if you click on the ad group, right, you can adjust that, adjust it there as well. Okay, so just two different options to adjust your target CPA. Okay. But if you change it here at the campaign level, it's going to basically change at the ad group level, at level, it doesn't matter what level. If you change it at the campaign level, it applies to everything that's inside that campaign. Okay. All right. Now that's it about target CPA. So now we're going to move on and talk about possible ad violations that you can actually get on your ads. Okay. So once you have an ad and you publish your campaign and you're waiting for it to be eligible, right? Sometimes it will be eligible right away. Sometimes it takes a few hours for Google to actually review your ads. And sometimes after a few hours, you might find that they disapproved your ad. So let's talk about some of the ad status first. So like I said, eligible limited, which means your ad is still going to run, but to a limited audience. Okay, so it might be restricted to some regions, ages, or devices. Ads will not show on mobile devices if the destination performs poorly on mobile devices. Okay, so that's eligible limited. Moderately restricted is when there's something in your ad, right, in your video that has some sexual content, and then your ads are not going to, again, be displayed to certain users, certain countries. Okay, so it's moderately restricted. A lot of times, if you get moderately restricted, it barely spends money on the ad. So if you get that, then you really want to make some changes to the ad and re-upload your video, create new ads. Okay, and disapproved, that's when you actually have a policy violation. So let's talk about some of the policy violations that you might see. So some of those are improper content, unreliable claims, exaggerated or inaccurate claims, health and personalized advertising, and clickbait, right? So with improper content, a lot of times that can be a scene that it's emphasizing a body part, right? Or a zoomed in scene on a specific body part, okay? Or any sexually suggestive scenes, all right? Even a couple in bed, talking in bed, that can actually be categorized as improper content. So you want to be very literal about your scenes because they're just bots, right, that are crawling your ad, your videos, and looking at the scenes. So you want to be very, very, very literal when selecting your scenes, okay? Unreliable claims. That can be anything on your script, right? Something that you're on your script that is actually making unrealistic weight loss claims, giving a specific time frame without requiring any effort at all, right? So that can be something that you can actually have. So you want to go through your script and make sure that you're not, that there's nothing there that is making a claim, okay? Then exaggerated or inaccurate claims, that's basically very similar to unreliable claims. Okay, so an example would be easiest way to master 45 plus languages overnight, right? So that's a very exaggerated claim there. Nobody can actually master 45 languages overnight. So claims like that you're exaggerating and promising something that it's unrealistic, that can actually cause this violation. And once again, this is going to be most likely related to your script. Check your headlines as well, right? The headlines, the descriptions that we set up on the ad, make sure that you're actually not making these claims there as well, okay? And then we have health in personalized advertising. So with this policy, you want to make sure that you're not doing body shaming, you're not calling out someone's physical attributes, okay? You don't want to mention any physical or mental health conditions. any chronic health conditions. All right. So scenes that are actually, for example, scenes that show a person in a depressive state, that can actually cause this violation as well. So you want to instead show people that look happy, right? That are talking with each other. Try not to show scenes of depressed, someone crying, sad, as well. And then also, of course, on your script, you want to make sure that you're not talking about anything that can be any physical or mental health conditions, okay? Or body shaming, like I said. And then clickbait, okay? So clickbait, certain sentences like, you'll be shocked when you learn this secret, right? That can be seen as clickbait, and a lot of times that can actually cause this violation. So if you do get a violation for clickbait, then just go through your script and remove anything that could be seen as clickbait to Google, okay? And now let's go over how you can actually appeal these ads before, if you actually do get these violations. So the first thing, actually, even before you actually make any changes to your ads, you can appeal the ad first and see if it gets approved after the appeal. And if it doesn't, then you can start making changes to it, okay? But I would definitely try to make it a appeal first and see, and a lot of times it can come back approved. All right, so all you have to do is put your cursor on top of that violation of that where it says disapproved, and you'll be able to see what you see here on the screen, where you can actually read the policy and figure it out exactly what the issue is, and then you can click appeal, okay? Or, second option would be to click edit ad and upload a new video, change something in your video, right? Like I said, go through your script, your scenes, re-upload the video, or read your headlines, make sure it's compliant, and then submit the ad again for review, okay? All right, and and guys, this is basically what we just covered. What you want to do next is just make slightly changes to your video scenes, remove claims from the script, and also make sure that your landing page is compliant, because that can also affect one of these policy violations, okay? So it's not only the videos, it's not only the script or the scenes, but it could also be your landing page. So you want to make sure that if you're getting any of these violations, often, then just go through your landing page, make sure that it's compliant, that's not violating any of the policies that we talked about, and then try again, create a new ad, and then try one more time, okay? Now, I think I covered everything, Robbie. Do you have anything else to add?
Wow, this has been a lot of stuff here. So, guys, let me know in the chat. Has it been super helpful? Let me know in the chat. I want to make sure you guys are up to speed on stuff. I know that it was a lot of information, and I know that Mariah did a great job covering everything. And so, really important, guys, that you obviously, if it's a lot of information, don't worry. As I mentioned before, the most important thing, guys, is just to kind of soak it all in, and it will make sense. I'm telling you right now, guys, it will make sense once you get things, kind of set up, once you kind of get your feet wet here. And at first, anytime you first see something like this, it can be a little bit daunting, and you're like, wow, what the heck is all this stuff? I'm so overwhelmed. And guys, it's totally fine to be overwhelmed when you first start something. I would actually be more worried if you were not overwhelmed. Okay. And so really important, guys, that you just kind of keep that in mind. Hey, go ahead, Mariah.
Yeah, no, I think I actually have one more thing that I need to cover that I haven't.
Oh, okay, great. Yet. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So guys, after you set up your conversion campaigns, right, now we actually have to set up the tracking so that it works in Commonly, okay? So what you have to do now is actually go to Google and click on settings here, or actually click on your campaign first, click on campaign, and let's go ahead. There we go. View campaign, click settings, campaign settings. And then here, go ahead and select your campaign and click edit, and then change tracking template. All right. And now here you have to go ahead and paste a parameter here that you can actually find it in commonly the help center, right? Where they actually show you step by step how to actually set this up. but let me just copy it from here, and let's go ahead and paste it in right here. All right, now we can paste it in there. So make sure that you have your campaign selected, and then you can go ahead and hit apply. And now that we're doing this, you're going to be able to see these ads, this campaign, the ads that we set up inside Commonly. Okay, so it's very important that you actually do this step so that you can see your data in Commonly. Okay, yeah, and that's it. It was just a minor thing that we still had to do to make sure that we could track the ads in Commonly. And there's nothing else other than that, guys. So really simple, really easy to do. Nice. Just make sure you do it so that you can see your ads showing up in Commonly. And once again, Commonly has a help in the help center in Commonly. You can actually find articles that will show you how to set up everything inside Commonly. Okay, so it's super helpful to check out the articles in the help center.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, great stuff, guys, and great stuff, Coach Mariah. This was awesome. So, a couple of questions I'm seeing so far. I was kind of taking notes with people asking questions. I know that there was a lot that were coming in, but one of the questions was, how many campaigns should I set up initially on in my YouTube account?
One campaign. You actually don't need more than one campaign. Just one campaign, one ad group, and one ad inside that ad group. Now, if you want to actually start testing different videos, right, then that's when you actually would set up different ads, okay? But you really just need one campaign.
Okay, yep, absolutely, yeah. So start with one, guys, to start, and then you can obviously go from there. You know, you don't do too much to start. Just kind of get your feet wet, understand it. The main thing is just get a campaign set up. Don't worry about, you know, whether you make money or not with it initially on that first campaign. Just get started. You know, that's the most important thing. Another question I see from someone is, how much money do I need to start on my first campaign?
I would suggest that you start very slow, just to get the feel for how the video is doing. Keep in mind too, guys, that when you set up your first campaign ever, right, you still don't have any data to give Google, right? So that Google knows who your customers, your ideal customers are. So then I would actually suggest that you start with low budgets, like from $100 to $300 budgets. Start testing, start getting some data on Google, giving Google some data so that it can optimize your campaigns. And now then you can start increasing your budget so that you can get more results. But definitely, if you're starting out, I would suggest that you start out with $100. And maybe if you want to go a little bit crazy, just $300 would be a good starting point as well.
Yep, exactly. Yep, absolutely. And just, start small, guys, and you can always scale up after that, right? Everybody, from myself, from Coach Mariah to other successful students, they start small and they go from there. Okay. Let's see. And then can you go over again, Coach Mariah, what happens if like you set up an ad and you set up a campaign and it doesn't spend? Like someone wanted to just kind of go over that again real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, if it doesn't spend, that means you have to adjust your target CPA for that campaign. Okay, so here, for example, we have the campaign here, target CPA. We need to start adjusting the target CPA, increasing it $10 every 30 minutes until we start to see some data coming in Commonly. Okay, now Commonly is going to actually show you data faster than Google, than what you can see actually here in Google. So I would suggest that you start to look at it in Commonly. You can check both places here, see which one you start to see some traffic, right? As soon as you start to see some ad spend, then that means that it's starting to spend the money, and you can actually keep the target CPA where it is until you can actually manage the speed, right? You can make sense of how fast it's spending your budget, and then you can adjust up or down depending if it's spending too slow or too fast. Now, that's the first thing you want to do, is actually just adjust that target CPA. For the most part, guys, it's not going to start spending at $30, okay? You are going to have to raise it to get it to spend. So that's completely normal. If it doesn't spend in the first day, don't get discouraged. That happens to me on some of my new ad accounts all the time. Okay, it can take a couple of days, even 3-4 days to get it to spend. So it is something that it does take a little bit of time in the beginning. So don't feel discouraged. Just play around with the target CPA, and that would be the first thing you want to try. Then the second thing that you can actually try as well is increasing your budget. Okay, so giving it a little bit more budget. When you do that, you do want to make sure your target CPA is not very high, because you don't want it to spend that money very fast, right? So that would be the second thing that you want to do. If that's still not working, then you can actually re-upload your video, create a new ad, upload a new video, and see if that new video is going to start spending. And if that still doesn't work, you can actually remove the scenes from your videos, right? Scenes that you think that are not compliant, because a lot of times, and this happened with me a couple times, where your video says eligible and it won't spend for a few days, and then guess what? 3 days to 5 days later, it's disapproved. So it didn't spend because there was something in the video that was actually not approved, but it's tricky, right? Because you're seeing eligible in there. But that can happen, okay? So one of the most of the time, that has a lot to do with the scenes that you have in your video. And that's why I'm saying, go ahead, remove the scenes, maybe just test the script first and see if that script is compliant. If it's approved and starts to spend money, then you know for sure it's the scenes. And then you just need to work on new scenes, and then try again with the video with the actual scenes, different scenes, to see if you can get it to spend. And last but not least is actually creating a campaign and optimizing it for maximized conversions, which it's something that if you absolutely have to do to get started, go ahead and do that. But then once you get some data and you start spending, Google starts spending, I would actually suggest that you try a new campaign and you optimize it. You choose target CPA as your bidding strategy. Okay, so those are all the options that you can actually do in order to get your campaigns to start spending. I know it's a lot of stuff, but I promise that it's mostly on new ad accounts, guys. It doesn't happen after you get it going. You're not going to run into this issue. So Google will learn your target CPA, and it's going to start optimizing, and you're not going to have this problem. It's mostly when you're getting started that it can be a little bit frustrating in the first week to get it to spend.
Absolutely. Yeah. But those are great solutions for sure. And guys, make sure you pay attention to that as well. Let's see here. Let's see. Good question here. Someone's asking, like, how often, once I get the campaign approved, how often should I be checking my data?
Very often. Yep. Well, let me take that back. You don't want to actually, look at your campaigns, analyze your data after $5 spent, right? You're not going to have accurate data at that point. It's very, very low spend. But I like to look at my campaigns all the time, see what's happening, right? Especially with Google, especially if you have higher budgets, you do want to make sure that you're on top of it. You're checking to see how Google is spending your budget. Because like I said, with target CPA, it might spend that budget very fast or very slow. So you want to be looking at your campaign, analyzing it to kind of get the feel for how the target CPA is, right? So that you can adjust it. When it comes to CTR link, your KPIs, right, that we're going to actually talk about in a future training here. When it comes to that data, you do need a little bit of ad spend to be able to analyze it, right? To actually see what your CTR link is, your cost per click is, and you don't want to make any decisions too soon, thinking that it's actually not good, when it just, all that it means is that you haven't spent enough money. So I would say keep checking your campaigns for sure. But if your metrics are not where you want them to be, if you only spend $10, $15, $20, right? Don't worry about it. That's just not enough budget there for you to be able to analyze your data at all. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Another question is, how quickly can I scale up my campaign? What do you recommend?
Okay, so that's a great question. We're going to be talking about scaling in the next training here. I think it's I can't remember now, week 5 or week 6. Let's check this. Actually, we're going to talk about it in week 6, guys. But yeah, so it depends what your ROI is, right? The most important thing, the most important thing that you need to worry right now, you need to worry about right now is actually finding a winning video, right? A video that you can that you're starting to get some sales, and you're starting to get some ROI. That's your goal right now. It's to actually find that winning video. You might have to test a couple different ones, right? You might have to test a few different scripts. You might have to adjust your first scene a couple times, or your hook. So once you find that winning video and you begin to have sales and your ROI is good, right? Even above, I would say about 40% at least, then you can start scaling. And we are going to cover scaling in week 6, different strategies and how to actually scale your campaigns and what the requirements are for scaling your campaigns.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's good. Yep. So good stuff to look forward to, guys, for sure. But the main thing is kind of get everything up and running, and you'll be good to go. Funny question here. Someone's saying, how can I get private coaching with you, Coach Mariah?
Well, actually, you need to go into this link and schedule a call. There's going to be someone that's going to help you. It's going to answer all your questions about private coaching and basically everything that you need to know about the program. And you can sign up with this link here. So yeah, if you're looking for private coaching, I'm excited. I'm really excited to be your coach. Go ahead and click on or type that link on your browser and schedule a call so that you can get started. Yeah,
absolutely. And guys, we've said it, every week so far, but really, once again, like everything you need for success is here inside of Project Platinum, because, one of the things I hear from people is people say, oh, geez, I have to sign up for coaching to be successful. Absolutely not. Okay. Just like you do not have to get personal training to get in shape. Okay. Everything you need to get in shape is at the gym, right? You just got to put effort in. You got to be consistent. You got to put the work in every single day for long periods of time. Same thing here in Project Platinum. Everything you need for success is in here. We literally have not held anything back. I'd argue, actually, we gave you more than you paid for in terms of the software, in terms of the training, in terms of the masterclass, everything. I mean, we give you a ton of stuff. So there's no reason why you can't be successful, right? But obviously, if you know yourself and you know that you're the type of person that wants to have someone to hold you more accountable, someone that's going to keep you motivated, someone that's going to just have that one-on-one attention for you, then it's great, and that's why we offer it. Okay. So you can just go to projectplatinum.com/one-on-one. That's the number 1 and then on and then number 1 to apply. And obviously, one of the things I'll say, guys, because we've had a lot of people apply for coaching already. We have a lot of our coaches are already almost full. We don't have any type of thing where it's like you have to do it now or you never can do it again, like that sort of thing. There's no fake pressure or stuff like that. I mean, literally, the only thing I'll say is that every coach can only handle a certain amount of students at one time. So if that particular coach you're interested in, or if all the coaches are full, like you'll just have to go on a waiting list, right? And that just means you'll just have to wait a little bit to get a little bit extra help, right? It doesn't mean you won't get it, but it'll just take a little bit longer. So I would say if you're interested in doing it, then definitely jump in and make that happen. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Any questions you see, Coach Mariah, on your end?
Let's see here. So someone is asking about the audiences here. So what should I target, right? Once again, guys, I would definitely suggest and recommend that you start broad and let Google optimize your audiences, your campaign for you. And what I mean by that is if you're promoting a product, right, that is that has a mass appeal to it, like weight loss, for example, then everybody wants to lose weight, right? Who doesn't want to lose weight? So usually a broad audience works really well, okay? And what I mean by broad is basically just selecting the genders and keeping your age group open, very open. You can do something like 35 plus or even lower if you want to do a lower age group, that works too. And that's all you have to do, actually. Okay. But if you do want to test out different audiences, I would suggest doing that once you already have a winning video and you know, okay, here's my winning video. Now I can actually start testing some different audiences because I know the video is a winner, right? I know I'm getting sales with this video, but now I want to see if I can find better options for audiences. And then I would suggest that you go in and start testing out different audiences by creating new ad groups, okay? But I would start out with broad for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, start with broad and then kind of go from there. I think that's definitely important. And that's the thing, guys. I would just stick with what we're teaching right now, and then obviously as you get better at this, you can start to search for other audiences and stuff, and definitely utilize the Platinum tools like the keyword tools and the just so you can kind of come up with some better ideas as well of things you can target on YouTube. That's why we have those tools available to you as well. But the nice thing is and the great thing about this is that really you can target very broad and have success, which makes it so much easier than another different type of way to run YouTube ads, So I think that's really important to note as well. Let's see here. Someone said, Coach Mariah, you're an awesome coach. Thank you so much for doing this. Yeah, I agree. She is an awesome coach. And I'll tell you, it took a lot for me to convince her to do it. I was, when I first asked her if she'd be open to teaching the masterclass, she was a little apprehensive, but, she decided to do it. And I'm so happy she did that because I know a lot of people are benefiting from it. So that's awesome. So awesome. Cool. And then someone's asking about scaling. Yeah, guys, in week number 6, we'll cover that. We still have a couple weeks to go. I mean, we just got over the halfway hump here in week number 4, but we have a couple weeks to go. We'll be going over, analyzing data. We'll be going over scaling your campaigns and also some other stuff as well. So, we still got a lot of stuff to do before the end of the 6 weeks here for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think I see someone asking, how do I actually pause my campaigns or my ads, right? So guys, to do that, it's actually really easy. Okay, if you need to pause your campaign, all you have to do is click here, enable, pause, remove. Okay, remove is going to delete the campaign. Pause, it's going to pause it. Okay, you can turn it back on. You can pause it. So that's really easy. All you have to do is click on the drop down for the little circle here. Green means that your campaign is active. And then if you actually click on, if you actually pause, let me go ahead and pause. That's going to turn it to gray. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that, and then it turns to gray. Okay, you can also pause the actual ad groups, right? So here's an ad group, and inside this ad, right, we have the actual ads. There we go. So you can actually pause between your ad groups, your ads. We're just showing you how to do one campaign, one ad group, and one ad, right? But if you have multiple ad groups or multiple ads, this is how you can go inside each one and pause it, okay? Once you actually pause it, guys, it's sometimes if you have your filter here to say just enable, right? So that you only want to see enable ads. Let me go ahead and pause this so you can see what I mean. All right, here we go. So if you only see, it says paused. And if I actually refresh this browser, it's going to, let's try that. It's going to disappear. That ad's going to disappear from there. And then you won't see anything, right? So you can actually choose see all. There we go. And you can't see anything here because it's paused. So go ahead and select all. And now you can actually see the ads that are paused. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great tip as well. Yeah, awesome, guys. Let's see. Any other questions here before we wrap it up? I know we covered a lot today. And guys, just a reminder for the replays of the masterclasses, both the Facebook masterclass, the YouTube masterclass, it'll be in the Facebook group in the guide section, which you can find in the menu of the Facebook group, or just go into your membership area here with Project Platinum, and you can access the replays as well. Obviously, just give us a little bit of time to get the video rendered and edited and ready to go before we post it, but it'll be there available to you guys. I would highly recommend you guys watch it over and over again. If you guys have been watching any of the success stories that we posted in the past, one of the things that I see a lot of the people talk about is the fact that they're like, yeah, I've watched it like 4 or 5 times, because it takes that sometimes. It takes you to watch it a few times before it starts to click. And I think that's important to remember. Okay. So make sure you guys commit to that and make it happen. Okay. Also, we are in week number 4. We're just finishing up week number 4 here, but you should keep on going, guys. Do not quit on me yet, right? I know we get to this point, this kind of just over the hump, halfway point here, where it can get a little bit more real. And I want you guys to stick with it, okay? Because, success is not about doing things when you're motivated, right? Success is about doing things when you're not motivated and creating habits and working off a list and just committing to it, right? And that's my job, right? It's not our job to motivate you. It's our job to get you to create success habits for yourself, so that long term you can have a life-changing results, which is what we want to have happen for you guys. So really important that you guys do that. Okay, awesome, guys. Well, I think that's it for questions. I know that my team has also been answering questions kind of behind the scenes, so which has been great. We had a couple of our coaches behind the scenes answering questions as well, So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right now, but I really appreciate everyone being on today's workshop with the Facebook Masterclass, with the YouTube Masterclass. Once again, guys, if you want to get extra help, you can go to projectplatinum.com/one-on-one. But really keep at it, guys. We're just getting going here. Your journey is just starting. And as long as you stick with it, as long as you follow what we teach you, and as long as you just make it happen, right, some really good things will take place for you in the coming weeks and months, right? So that's it for us. Right? Anything else you want to add, Coach Mariah, before we call it a day?
No, I mean, what I want to say, guys, is don't, keep pushing forward, right? If you don't get the results that you're expecting right away, that's completely normal, right? Think about it. It's your first YouTube video ever, right? Your first video ad. So you have everything up to this point. You learn everything that you need to know. You learn the skill set. You have the skill set to actually create videos and start advertising on YouTube. And now all you have to do is just create different variations. The more that you actually create, the more scripts that you write, the better you get at it. And it's just a matter of time until you find a video that it's going to actually hit, right? And sometimes, honestly, it doesn't really take that many videos, right? Sometimes you can actually write 3 different scripts and one of them is going to start doing really, really well. And that's all you need, okay? It's all you need to make money is one video, one video that it's actually a wedding video. You don't need 10, you don't need 20, which is really, really cool, right? Imagine just one video, one script, and now you can make up to $50,000 in a single day, for example. So so what I have to say here is, as soon as you launch your campaign, just be patient to get it to spend. And then once you start to see some data, just if the data is not there, the numbers are not there, just start writing a couple more scripts and putting a couple more videos together and then launch again. And I promise that the next ones are going to be so much better. And you're going to have much better results with the next ones that you're going to launch. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Awesome. Well, great, guys. Well, thank you so much for being on today's workshop. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you are getting a ton of value out of what we're doing here in Project Platinum. And most importantly, I hope you're taking massive action because boy, oh boy, the success is there if you want it. Okay. So that's it for me. That's it for Coach Mariah. We're going to go ahead and end it right now, but I hope you have a great rest of your week and we'll see you guys next week for week number 5.